Hi, this is Bill with Dine Drink Vegas. It is June of 2022, and I'm at the Alle Lounge on top of Resorts World Las Vegas. It is a great rooftop bar, and I want to give you a quick tour inside. It's important that you have reservations because while it's a little bit slow right now, there are some nights when it's busy and you just can't get in. The key feature of this place is you've got gorgeous views of the rest of the Las Vegas Valley. Now, you also have a casino attached to it, although that casino tends to have really high table limits. If you're lucky and you ask for it, you can book a table with a direct view. This is my table here, a direct view to outside. They've got an extensive cocktail menu. Do know that there's a 2 drink minimum, and the cocktails are fairly expensive. They tend to be about $25 each. However, I'm looking forward to trying them. There's also a nice small plates menu. There are a number of other seating areas. They have an excellent selection of liquors. In particular, what they have is a good selection of whiskeys. I see a lot of bourbons and scotches and other things there. Going around, there are a few TVs. I'm not saying it's a great place to watch sports, but that's at least a possibility, particularly if you were to ask for a table where that was right by one of the TVs. They have people set up to do music. In a slightly busier section of the bar, there's another bar back here, again, with a really wide selection of whiskeys, in particular of scotches. It's a panoramic view. You can see, essentially, depending on where you're sitting, anywhere in the city of Las Vegas. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous space. What I'm going to do now is step out and actually try the cocktails I've ordered, and I'll come back in just a minute and let you know how those were. So one of the things that I liked was that as soon as I sat down, there were bar snacks. The nut mix was great. There were also these potato chips, which had a really thick truffle oil. Now, neither one of those things was light, but they tasted great. It made me feel a little bit bad, or a little bit less bad, about a 2 drink minimum of $25, per drink drinks. She would have brought me all I wanted. I tried to cut that off just because, didn't want all that much. Now, if you do want to eat, they've got what I would call essentially a heavy bar snack menu. I only saw one or two other tables of people with plates of food. The food looked great, though. I would say it's a lot more than snacks, but probably less than most of your average dinners. But if you're going out for a night of clubbing or enjoying the bars, that might not be a bad way to go about it. And on the scale of an upscale bar in Vegas, it actually wasn't particularly expensive. The drinks were a little pricey. I've got menus here of some of the composed cocktails, and most of the drinks seemed like they were about 25 or $30. I'm an old fashioned drinker. I think I paid 26, $27 for my old fashioned. Now, they've also got glasses of wine or whatever you want. It's not an inexpensive place to drink, but you know that when you're going in. Just be prepared for the 2 drink minimum. Be prepared for the fact that after you tip everybody out, you're probably looking at something like 75 or $100 a person, depending on what set of choices that you make. You could get away for a little less than that, although not much, and you absolutely could spend much, much more. So in terms of the drinks I actually had, there were two. I had an old fashioned, and they did it right. Like it was with the nice clear ice cubes. I really enjoy a bartender who respects his or her craft and does stuff like that. The old fashioned was fantastic. I asked for a martini with an orange twist, and that shouldn't have been a hard ask, and it wasn't. The martini was excellent. It was incredibly strong. Asked how I wanted it, whether I wanted vermouth or just a little bit of vermouth or a Lillet Blanc or something else. And I sat there and watched the Las Vegas Strip, away from me. It was a lovely evening to sit and have a couple of cocktails and some light snacks. The ambiance of the place was great. Now, I was here by myself. I would have enjoyed it more had I been there with a date or with some of my friends, but even sitting there by myself, I didn't feel awkward. It was a great place to sit and drink. I'm glad I had reservations. Had I not had reservations, I still could have gotten in, but probably would have been sitting at the bar. So Alley 66 is a great bar. If you're looking for a similar experience in your downtown, you might check out Legacy Club. You can go to the Foundation Room at Mandalay Bay if you're down on the south end of the strip. But one of the premier, Alley 66 is one of the premier rooftop bars in Las Vegas. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, I'd really appreciate if you would support the channel. Click like and subscribe to Dine Drink Vegas. Thanks so much and happy travels.